Hello, welcome to Telugu One Academy. In today's AP Geography, we're going to look into the district profile of East Godavari district. No, East Godavari. So everyone know that we have three districts mostly, if we say, on the popular rivers like Godavari and Krishna. If we take Godavari, we have two districts based on lying right bank to the Godavari and left bank to the Godavari. So East Godavari, which is east side, that means river is flowing like this. So this is Godavari, right bank and left bank. We're going to look into the topic of profile of East Godavari district. తూర్పు గోదావరి జిల్లా గురించి ఈరోజు మనం క్లాస్లో తెలుసుకుందాం. So actually East Godavari is a residuary part, means leftover part of West Godavari. It was separated in the year earlier. There was only one Godavari district, that is only West Godavari. So but in 1925 it has been bifurcated or separated or leftover part of Old Godavari district, that is called Old Godavari. So in 1925 West Godavari was separated from Old Godavari. So in 1925 in this particular single Godavari district, they were made into two segments, that is West Godavari. So the newly formed was West Godavari, the old remnant was called as or renamed as East Godavari. So as the name of the district conveys, East Godavari is closely associated with the river Godavari, occupying a major portion of the delta area. So almost East Godavari district is covered with the delta. Delta means where sea merges with river merges with sea. The end point, the end place of the continent or end place of the land where river enters into the sea. So almost East Godavari district is a Godavari delta basin. So the headquarters of East Godavari districts is located at Kakinada. As we have seen, we have learned about other districts like Srikakulam district headquarters is Srikakulam city, Vijayanagaram district headquarters is Vijayanagaram city, and Vizag district headquarters are Visakhapatnam. So but for this Godavari district, headquarters are located in Kakinada. So what is the boundaries or borders? How is the location of this East Godavari district? East Godavari lies northeast. So if we look into the map of Andhra Pradesh, so it lies in the northeast direction of Andhra Pradesh. It is in the northeast direction of Andhra Pradesh. So north boundaries are Visakhapatnam and Odisha. If East Godavari is like this, in the north is bounded by, or north boundary limits are Visakhapatnam district and Odisha. And east and south districts, east and south by Bay of Bengal. East and south boundaries of East Godavari district of Bay of Bengal. North boundaries are Visakhapatnam district and state of Orissa. And next, west. This is the west. West by Khammam of Telangana. Khammam district of Telangana and West Godavari. Both. Here is Khammam district and here is West Godavari. So it is bounded. One side of the East Godavari district is boundaried limits are with Bay of Bengal, other is Visakhapatnam district and Odisha. It it shares its boundaries with two states. How many states? This is a particular district which shares its boundaries with two states like Odisha and Telangana, and two districts. One is Visakhapatnam district, another one is West Godavari district, and other one is shares with the water body, that is Bay of Bengal. So what is the total area of East Godavari district? It is nearly 12,805 square kilometers, including, this is the area after including Etapaka, after adding Etapaka division. After what happened? No, after AP bifurcation, some districts, some regions or some areas of Andhra Pradesh have been added to Telangana, and some areas of like Khammam have been added to East Godavari. So after adding Etapaka region, the total area is 12,805 kilometers. So East Godavari, as you know that East Godavari is the largest populous district of the state of Andhra Pradesh. Populous means most populated. So highest populated district of Andhra Pradesh means that is East Godavari. So if we see etymology or history of East Godavari district, that is, it was successively ruled by, first it was ruled by Mauryas, next Satavahanas, next Vishnu Kundins, Eastern Chalukyas, Cholas, Kakatiyas, Musnuri chieftains, Kondaviti Reddy kings, Gajapatis, Qutub Shahis, and then by Britishers. It also has gone under all these rulers, under the rules of all these emperors or dynasties. So it was under the British Raj on April 15, 1925, East Godavari district was formed as per Geo number 502. Earlier it was called as Godavari district only, but in the time of British rule, that is in the year 1925, two districts of Godavari have been bifurcated. One is West Godavari and another one is East Godavari. That was in the year 1925 at the time of British rule. As we know that Godavari district is the richest district in the state. It's one of the richest district because in terms of GDP, and next cultural and tourist hub both, it has the highest GDP in the state of Andhra Pradesh. So it is called one of the richest district. So if you see the location of the East Godavari is, definitely it is in the northern latitude. We know these are in between so and so degrees. One major important point related to Godavari, East Godavari particularly, is we have to know the latitudes of East Godavari district because it lies in between 16 degrees 30 minutes and 18 degrees 20 minutes between the eastern longitudes of 81 degrees and a half and 82 degrees half. 82 and a half degrees east longitudes where what is the prime meridian of Indian subcontinent? As we know, 0 degrees Greenwich mean, like GMT, 0 degrees is Greenwich mean time, that is world meridian, international meridian. What is a prime meridian or local meridian? Local on which longitude we have drawn this prime meridian, that is 82 and a half degrees east. 82 and a half degrees east, because this divides India into almost two equal halves. This longitude 82.5 degrees east longitudes almost divides India into almost two equal halves. One part is to the east, one to the west. So if we take this point, East Godavari, this 82.5 degrees longitude passes through East Godavari district. So in that viewpoint, we have to know the longitudes which passes through this state, this district, especially from which city. This 82.5 degrees east longitude passes through the city of Kakinada, So that is the coordinates of East Godavari district. Next, the district flourishes with lands of fertile soils. As we know that this both these Godavari districts are very fertile because of Godavari. Godavari is a perennial river. It originates in Nasik, Maharashtra, and merges into Bay of Bengal, that is in in East Godavari district. That too, before merging, it divides into 7 tributaries. 7 tributaries, they with the different nomenclatures. So because of these deltas, so obviously when a tributary is formed, this is the channel of the river, course of the river. When it finally want to meet with the sea, especially this Godavari river, before merging with the sea, before merging or entering into the sea, Godavari river has been divided into 7 tributaries. So the land in between, this land, total this portion is called delta. We have seen in the past classes. So this land in between constitutes the delta of, that is our East Godavari district, which is in the delta of the Godavari basin. That's the reason. Everybody, we know that when the river starts from an hilly region, it brings so many minerals and other valuable things with it, minerals, rocks, ores and all. So while merging into the sea, before merging into sea, it almost leaves all these minerals on the continental slope or near to the land part of the earth. So this land part, what happens, this land part will become so fertile and alluvial because of all the sediments brought by the river. Whatever the sediments the river brings are deposited in this particular deltas. That too, especially like rivers like Godavari are the huge perennial rivers. So while merging into the sea, because of the availability of the land and the stretch of the land tract, so it has been divided into 7 tributaries, or we can say distributaries. So this particular land is our East Godavari district. Imagine how fertile tracts you will get in this particular areas. In between, there is abundance availability of water and the sediments brought by that particular river. So these lands are the most fertile lands of the world. Alluvial lands or deltaic lands are the most fertile lands of the world, and particularly coming to East Godavari. So you sow any crop, the crop will be very much fertile without much of adding external fertilizers. So that's the reason East and West Godavari are so fertile, especially East Godavari. So the district furnishes with lands of fertile soils, good rainfall and balanced climatic condition, and possesses all the nature's handwork like perennial rivers, mountains, forests, and all the sea coast. It has a river, it has a sea coast, it has small hillocks because Eastern Ghats, and next forests because of availability of so much of water, abundance of forest cover, even green cover. So these are very fertile districts of Andhra Pradesh. The district is enriched by huge water rivers, resources of river Godavari and major streams like Eleru, Suddagedda, Pampa and Tandava. Apart from Godavari river, it also even drained by the rivers like Eleru, Suddagedda, Pampa and Tandava. So the delta coastline is around 150 kilometers in the eastern sea border of India with minor ports at Kakinada and Odalarevu. East Godavari district coastline is about nearly 150 kilometers. Towards east, obviously the Bay of Bengal is in the east of the country, and it has minor ports like Kakinada and Odalarevu ports. The mean annual rainfall precipitation is 1219 mm, 1219 millimeters, and mostly confined to the period from June to November. So 1219 mm rainfall means it's a very good number of very good condition. It's a very good climatic conditions, that too from the seasons from June to November. So now coming to the, as we have seen how the name is derived, as the name of the district conveys, East Godavari district is closely associated with the river Godavari, occupying a major portion of the delta area. We have seen why it has the major portion of the delta area, because it's in the eastern side of the river Godavari, near to the Bay of Bengal. That's the reason East Godavari district is almost in the delta areas, that they are called as Lankalu. Telugulo koste ee East Godavari lo unde oorlani pradeశాన్ని లంకలు అంటారన్నమాట. లంక అంటే ఏంటి? A land, a piece of land surrounded by water. Surrounded by water. అదే మన శ్రీలంక ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చూసుకోండి. శ్రీలంక ఎలా ఉంటుంది? ద్వీపం కదా. లంక అంటే ఏంటంటే, శ్రీలంక ఎలా ఉంటుంది? ఇలా ఉంటుంది, మొత్తం అంతా సముద్రం. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ అ లంక అంటే ప్లేస్ ఆఫ్ ల్యాండ్ సరౌండెడ్ బై వాటర్ ఫ్రమ్ ఆల్ సైడ్స్. సో ఈస్ట్ గోదావరిలో ఉండే ప్రదేశాల్ని, ఈ డెల్టా ఏరియాలో ఉండే ప్రదేశాల్ని లంకలు అంటారనమాట. లంక లైక్ కృష్ణ లంక, ఈ లంక, తర్వాత ఎలమంచిలి లంక, కురింగా లంక. సో ఇలా డిఫరెంట్ పేర్లతో ఏ ప్రాంతం బట్టి. సో నౌ కమింగ్ టు ద డెమోగ్రఫీస్ ఆఫ్ ఈస్ట్ గోదావరి డిస్ట్రిక్ట్. So demographies means population, area, sex ratio, densities, all other things. So these are according to 2011 census, because the last available census for us is 2011 census. 2021 census had to be conducted. Census are conducted for every 10 years. Census are conducted for every 10 years. But 2021 was the pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic year. So census have not been conducted in the year 2021. So latest available data is 2011 census. So we have to take from that census only. So area, what is the area of East Godavari district? Already we have seen 12,805 kilometers after adding Etapaka region. Next, administrative headquarters. Kakinada is the administrative headquarters of the East Godavari district. Next, how many revenue divisions they do have? It has 7 revenue divisions, and revenue mandals 64 revenue mandals. In that 64 rural and 2 urban. Only 2 urban revenue mandals. Next, Mandal Praja Parishad. It has 62 Mandal Praja Parishad. Gram Panchayats. 1069 Gram Panchayats. And how many municipalities East Godavari district do have? It has 7 municipalities. And number of municipal corporations, only 2. Rajahmundry and Kakinada Municipal Corporation. Next, number of villages, 1681 villages. So, these are the administrative setup of East Godavari district. Next, coming to the real demographic. What's the population of the East Godavari district? So, 52.86 lakhs. How much? 52.86 lakhs is the population of the East Godavari. In that, how many, what is the male population? Males do consist 26,33,304 males, 26,52,520 females. So, female population is more. So, your sex ratio will be more than males. Sex ratio will be high. So, how many primary health centers? There are 119 PHCs, primary health centers. Average rainfall, already we have seen, 1217.6 mm. It varies. It varies. That is the reason we have taken the word average. So, total factories, industrial setup, how much it has? 1176 factories. Next, how many parliamentary constituencies, means how many MPs can be elected from this particular district, East Godavari? Only 3 parliamentary constituencies. How many assembly constituencies? 19 assembly constituencies. That means 19 MLAs come from or elected from East Godavari district. Thank you.